A little bit about myself before I jump into the presentation. My name is Rick. My career has spanned different parts of the healthcare space. I started off my career in pharmaceuticals, doing late stage drug development, finding new ways to bring technologies into how we bring drugs to market. I then pivoted into the health technology space. I worked on software products at Flatiron Health right here in New York City. And then for the last 3.5 years or so, I've been at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center working on digital health. My presentation today will really talk about this program called the MSK Innovation Hub, which we started a few years ago, which focuses on how we support innovation in the digital health ecosystem. So a little bit about Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. It's located right here in New York City for all you New York City natives. Our goal as an academic medical center focused specifically on cancer is, first of all, our vision is to be the world's leading authority on cancer, both in care and research. And our mission is really to end cancer for life. And again, doing that through not only the clinical care we bring to patients, but also the cutting edge research and innovation that we support that produces new technologies and ways to treat cancer and care for patients. So just quick high-level stats on Memorial Sloan Kettering. I'm not going to read through all of this. A couple of things I did want to bring up is just in terms of clinical care, we have over 1 million outpatient visits just in 2023. We tend to be very focused in the New York metro area. Our main clinical campus is right here in the Upper East Side, but we also have regional sites throughout the tri-state area. And this year we just launched the Care Partners program, where we partner with other health systems to deliver more of our capabilities through those partnerships. The first health system that we're working with is Hartford Healthcare in Hartford, Connecticut. In terms of research, again, more stats. I think one of the key things here is just that we have some of the leading minds when it comes to the latest science and technology in oncology. I'm just a lowly MBA, so most of it goes straight over my head. But every day I really count myself super lucky to be working with extremely brilliant people who are really passionate about bringing the best of science and technology to helping cancer patients. And then finally, education. We're also committed to training the next generation of clinicians, researchers, scientists, technologists who will serve the cancer space. And so we have multiple programs focused on training clinicians and researchers, specifically in areas relevant to oncology. Since we're based right here in the Upper East Side, our next door neighbors, Cornell, as well as Rockefeller, we also have educational collaborations with them as well. And then obligatory leadership team slide. One of the things I really want to emphasize here is that across the leadership team, you'll see the usual suspects as far as those in charge of our clinical operations, research functions, that sort of thing. But we also have a strong emphasis on leadership and placing priority on thinking about healthcare of tomorrow. So really emphasizing functions including health equity, including technology, where we focus not on just hospital IT, but also informatics. How do we bring the best of new digital technologies to serving cancer patients through cancer care and research? And then also our strategy function under Anizi Ofadile, who's my executive sponsor, essentially. So our organization really thinks about how can we bring innovation to really align with the strategic priorities, not only for our institution, but for cancer and oncology broadly. So the core of this is really about the MSK Innovation Hub. The MSK Innovation Hub is this platform we created back in late 2020, which really focuses on facilitating collaborations between Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center and innovators in the digital health ecosystem. Typically, these tend to be earlier stage companies and startups, but we're stage agnostic, so we also work with more mature companies as well. And really the idea is, how can we collaborate with these companies, help them bring their technologies, products, solutions, advance those technologies, products, and solutions, help bring them to market so that we can amplify the impact and how they touch the lives of cancer patients. How we do this is through collaborations which focus on all aspects of product development and commercialization, including initial proof of concepts for novel technologies, co-development and validation of new products, and then also supporting go-to-market and commercialization through not only deployment and use at MSK, but also at other sites as well. What we bring to the table is support with our experts in the clinical and scientific disciplines related to oncology. In some cases, we provide access to de-identified clinical data so that companies that use data to develop things like AI can have the input to those development efforts. We can also provide access to clinical care and clinical research environments for not only developing testing solutions that serve clinicians and researchers, but also accessing patients. And then we also provide connectivity and visibility within our network of other partners, including other accelerators, venture funds, biopharma partners, other healthcare systems that we work with. And so within the MSK Innovation Hub, there's really sort of two operational tracks that are pretty different and complementary. We started off the program 3.5 years ago with the iHub collaboration side, the left side, which I'll explain in a bit. And then this year, we're just launching the MSK iHub Challenge, which is an exciting new cohort-based program, which I'll also talk about in a bit. So both these programs have similar goals as far as enabling us to connect with companies, work with them in ways where we bring the technologies that the companies have innovated, help them develop those technologies, and then apply them and help grow their impact. So I'll start by explaining the iHub collaborations. These collaborations really are very much individualized to individual companies. In terms of the types of collaborations we seek, it's pretty broad in terms of just what types of products and solutions they may apply to, but ultimately, we try to look for ones that are either all companies and product solutions that are already in oncology and with the goal of serving cancer patients, or adjacent to and can be extended into oncology. So ultimately, our goal is to work with these companies over the course of 1 to 2 years to help develop and commercialize those technologies in an accelerated way. For this particular program, we have a rolling on-demand admission process. And so essentially, whenever we hear about a cool company, whenever we identify an opportunity that could benefit from this type of partnership with an external company, we can move on it whenever it makes sense to. And so we're not limited by rigid application cycles necessarily. So this allows us to work with a broad range of different companies. Our process here is really first identifying companies, whether through outbound sourcing, inbounds, and then matching companies that have a potential match to what we're doing, alignment to what we're doing, with champions, collaborators, people who are interested in working with them and supporting them within our institution. That could be clinicians, it could be researchers, it could be executives, it could be technologists. It really depends on just what the companies are working on and what type of support they can benefit from. And then after we identify this match, we align the companies, what they're trying to accomplish, their roadmap, with the type of support that we can provide, whether it's providing access to expertise, whether it's providing access to data, making sure we are clear on what we're doing and what's coming out the other end of the collaboration. And then go through a contracting phase because our lawyers need to eat too. And then we collaborate over the course of 1 to 2 years. And then following the collaboration, that's when it really gets interesting. In cases where the collaboration was successful and we demonstrated new technology with a meaningful use case in a clinical or research setting, we look for opportunities to expand that use case within MSK and then also help the company extend into other health systems as well. So the iHub Challenge operates in a slightly different way. It's a cohort-based accelerator where we have basically cycles of recruiting companies and working with them over a set period of time in groups of companies. The key differences here are one, each cohort in this cohort-based model is focused on a single theme that's predetermined by MSK based on a sort of exercise of strategic prioritization. And then, as I mentioned, it's cohort-based, so it happens on a very set timeline. There's a batch of about 10 companies that all participate at the same time. And the goal really is, because it's a shorter period of time, we don't necessarily aim to say, build a whole new product in those 3 months. It's more about really understanding problem areas, opportunities, use cases that we could build around. And then once that alignment is determined at the end of these 3 months, figure out what's the best way for MSK to work with each individual company, whether it's collaboration, such as what I've talked about before, through everything, including direct strategic investment in startups that are mission aligned. So our process here is really starting with the internal exercise of understanding what are strategic priorities for our institutions, where we could benefit from external technologies, where we have vetted unmet needs. And then we go through an application process where we look for companies, invite companies to apply that are building in relevant areas. And then we go through the actual program itself, 3 months, culminating in a demo day. And then following demo day, which is where they present their proposals for how they would work with us, we will determine next steps with each company just based on what was presented and so essentially, how good is the fit and what we expect the impact to be. And so this is a new program for this year. Actually, I'm excited to announce that we're actually having our demo day tomorrow. So a lot of work going on with the team outside of this conference as I'm speaking right now. But we're really excited about this program, and I'm sure you'll hear about it more if you follow me on LinkedIn. So just a quick glance at some of the companies that we've worked with before. So on the collaboration side, these are the companies that we currently have public collaborations with. As you can see, they range from everything that, including patient-facing technologies, digital therapeutics, different lifestyle assistance for patients with cancer, to technologies that serve clinicians at the point of care, companies like Abridge with ambient technologies, Curbside Health with clinical guideline management, document management. And then we also work with a number of companies that develop either AI-based or other modeling systems-based ways to basically predict different responses to cancer treatments, which can be applied not only in clinical decision support systems, but also in life sciences research to inform how different trials are designed and how different patient populations are selected for those trials. And then just a quick overview of the companies that are participating in our inaugural cohort of the iHub Challenge program, this fall 2024 cohort. The theme this year was decentralized clinical trials, which is the idea of traditionally clinical trials are typically held at a central site or coordinated by a central clinical research organization, CRO. And the idea of decentralized clinical trials is to basically expand the reach and of these trials to more patients by leveraging technologies to facilitate all of the different administrative pieces that need to come together to make that orchestration happen. And so we have companies that work across this space involved in this cohort, companies ranging from ones developing technologies to help find the right patients, clinical trial matching technologies, to companies that help bring onboard and start up sites with helping with the administrative tasks, everything from how do we align on and negotiate budgets between different participating sites to how do we manage the paperwork, the electronic paperwork that is, to companies that are doing things like medication delivery. If we want to be able to access patients who might not have the luxury to come into New York City, for example, to receive experimental medicines, how can we deliver medicines to them in a way that meets the sponsor's requirements and all regulatory requirements as well. So yeah, there's a lot of unmet need in this area, so we're really excited to be working with this group of companies this year to find opportunities to innovate and eventually achieve this vision of decentralized clinical trials. So that brings me to the end. I'm not sure how I'm doing on time because I wasn't really paying attention, but hopefully we're doing okay. Cool. So yeah, just in closing, if you'd like to learn more, feel free to find me around the conference. I know some of you might have meetings with me, but otherwise, feel free to contact me, shoot me an email. I'd love to connect. And then also, if you want to just learn more about the program, we have some external facing content right there at the link via the QR code as well. So thank you everyone for your attention.